The European Union founded the GCCA in 2007, motivated by one big idea, which is that climate change is a problem which affects everybody, which crosses borders, and can only be solved internationally by multilateral action. Now, in the international environment, we have a number of big multilateral players. We have the UN, of course, with the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. We have big actors like the World Bank who manage the climate investment funds. But the EU has developed as the largest aid donor in the world, with a very important normative function in setting the agenda, and with aid programs in more countries than anybody else, the largest aid donor in the world, reaching millions of poor people. In Durban, in the climate talks, Connie Hedegaard, the Climate Change Commissioner, played an absolutely crucial role in bringing the parties together and helping to forge the Durban platform for enhanced action. So we can see that the EU can be a player. On the aid side, Commissioner Piebalgs, with his new policy, Agenda for Change, very committed to environmental issues, among other things. And so the question for us here, I think, in the GCCA discussion, is how we build on the platform that's been established.
The GCCA has as a primary objective to facilitate adaptation to climate change in developing countries. That's the most important immediate task. But when we talk adaptation, we talk about a lot of preparatory work that needs to be done. So there is a tremendous need of capacity building, training people. Because what is new with climate finance is that it is new finance. It is meant to be additional. That means a good argumentation must be made that the money is going to be well spent. Because in particular in this economic and financial crisis, it's very hard to make a claim for additional money. So good preparation, good data, and good follow-up is going to be essential. And we really hope that the GCCA is going to fulfill a primary role to that, to a major part of the world.
An event like this one brings together all the successes and all the failures that we learn from each other and collectively find the best way of dealing with climate change. So that is obviously the knowledge management part of it. There is also, of course, feedback to the Commission on how we improve the programming of the future. And we got very valuable insight into how our partners had appreciated what has been done, but also suggested things that we should slightly change for the future. And finally, I would say all of this needs to lead to a converging perception of what works and what doesn't, and what is important and what isn't. All of that will converge towards the negotiations in Doha when we are looking for the world a binding agreement on climate change. So if we can agree on the analysis in an alliance like this one, hopefully we will see that reflected when we come to negotiate the future binding agreement. So the message from the European Union to its partners in this alliance is also, look, we work together on the substance. Let's not find ourselves on opposites at the negotiating table when we come to the Doha discussions.